The 2025 F1 season opened with a moment fans never expected. As the lights went out, the front row launched cleanly, but chaos erupted just behind them. One driver stalled on the grid, forcing the pack to swerve at full speed. Tires smoked, wings clipped, and cars brushed against each other in a dangerous scramble. The cameras caught the scene in slow motion, showing how close it came to a disaster. A rookie narrowly avoided hitting the stalled car by inches, while another brushed the wall but somehow kept control. Team radios filled with panic, engineers shouting warnings and drivers trying to stay calm in the storm. Marshals rushed in as debris scattered across the straight, and the safety car was immediately called. For fans watching live, it was a heart-stopping moment that set the tone for the season, reminding everyone that in Formula One, even the first seconds can change everything. Pit stop drama in Formula One. Races are often won or lost in the pit lane, and 2025 has already delivered one of the wildest moments. During a key stop, a top team came in for a double stack, two cars stopping back to back. The first stop looked smooth, but a sticky wheel gun slowed the release by precious seconds. The second car was forced to wait behind, losing valuable track time while rivals flew past. Cameras zoomed in on mechanics scrambling, one even waving frantically to clear the confusion. On team radio, the frustration was clear. A driver shouted about the delay, while the engineer urged him to stay focused. What could have been a race-winning move turned into a painful loss of positions. But the drama didn't end there. Another team misjudged the timing, sending their driver out straight into traffic, nearly colliding in the fast lane. Fans gasped, commentators shouted, and the FIA quickly reviewed the incident. These high-pressure moments showed why pit stops are never routine in F1. One tiny mistake can flip the whole race upside down. Rookie surprise. Every Formula One season brings fresh talent, but 2025 delivered a rookie who shocked everyone. Entering the grid with little expectation, he was seen as just another young driver learning the ropes. But in his very first races, he showed nerves of steel. At one track, he dived down the inside of a former world champion, pulling off a clean overtake that left fans on their feet. Commentators called it fearless, and social media exploded with clips of the move. Even team radios captured rival drivers sounding surprised, admitting they hadn't expected such aggression. What impressed most was his calm under pressure. When rain hit mid-race, veterans struggled to keep their cars steady, but the rookie stayed composed, sliding less and keeping control as if he'd been racing for years. Finishing inside the points when many thought he would fail, he instantly proved he belonged. Teams and analysts now see him not just as a newcomer, but as a future star in the making. The rookie surprise has become one of the biggest talking points of the season. Rain chaos. Few things turn a Formula One race upside down like sudden rain, and 2025 has already given us a storm to remember. Midway through a crucial Grand Prix, the clouds opened and the track turned into a slippery battlefield within seconds. Drivers scrambled for grip, cars slid wide at corners, and sparks of drama filled every lap. Some gambled on staying out with slick tires, hoping the rain would pass quickly, while others rushed into the pits for intermediates. One brave driver tried to stretch his stint, but the gamble backfired when he spun out of the lead, narrowly missing the barriers. On the radios, chaos unfolded. Engineers shouted updates while drivers begged for quick decisions. Pit crews rushed in a frenzy, double-stacking cars and making split-second calls that could make or break the race. The rain also delivered stunning overtakes, as those on the right tires carved through the field, while others struggled to keep the car straight. Fans were glued to the screen as the rain reshaped strategies, positions, and the championship fight itself. It was pure F1 unpredictability at its finest. Team radio clash in 2025. One of the most unforgettable moments hasn't come from the track itself, but from inside the cars, through team radios. During a tense race, emotions boiled over when a driver openly clashed with his engineer in front of the world. Frustrated by a poor strategy call, the driver shouted that the team had thrown away the race, while the engineer fired back, urging him to just focus on driving. The exchange stunned fans, with commentators falling silent to let the raw drama play out. Social media lit up instantly, replaying the heated words again and again. The clash revealed the pressure both sides face, drivers risking everything at 300 km/h and engineers juggling endless data to make the right call. While the team later tried to calm things down, the damage was clear. Trust between driver and pit wall was shaken, and rivals quickly noticed. It was a rare glimpse into the human side of Formula One, where tempers can flare as fiercely as engines. For many fans, this team radio clash has become one of the season's defining moments. Strategy gamble Formula One is not only about speed, it's about brains. The 2025 season has already shown how one bold strategy can change everything. In a key race, a midfield team took a huge gamble by pitting early for hard tires, hoping to run to the end while others stayed on mediums. At first, it looked like a mistake as the car dropped down the order, but lap by lap, the plan began to work. Rivals were forced into extra stops, while the gamble meant fewer trips to the pits. Suddenly, the underdog car was climbing positions, overtaking faster machines stuck on worn tires. The risk created tension inside the team radio. The engineer warned of tire wear. The driver pushed back saying, "I can make it." Fans held their breath as every corner looked like the tires might give up, but somehow they held on. The gamble didn't deliver a win, but it brought an unexpected podium that felt like a victory. It was proof that in Formula One, daring strategies can beat raw speed. Record lap time speed records are rare in Formula One, but 2025 delivered a moment that left the paddock stunned. Late in qualifying, with just minutes left on the clock, one driver unleashed a lap so perfect it seemed almost unreal. Sector by sector, the timing screens lit up purple as he pushed the car to its absolute limit. Through high-speed corners, sparks flew from the floor as the car skimmed the asphalt, every movement balanced between control and disaster. The final straight saw him cross the line with a new lap record, breaking a time many thought would stand for years. The crowd erupted, commentators nearly lost their voices, and even rival teams stood in awe. On the radio, his engineer's voice cracked with excitement, calling it the lap of the season. What made it more special was the pressure: one shot, one chance, and he delivered flawlessly. That single lap not only secured pole position, but also cemented his place in history as the driver who rewrote the limits of speed in 2025. Close overtake. Few things excite Formula One fans more than a battle wheel to wheel in 2025 has already given us one of the closest overtakes in recent memory. Two drivers, locked in a fight for position, went side by side through multiple corners with barely a centimeter between their cars. At over 300 km/h, the tension was unbearable. Fans stood, commentators shouted, and team radio screamed warnings. Sparks flew as one car brushed the curb, yet both refused to back down. Onboard cameras showed the drivers' hands twitching with lightning reflexes, controlling machines that could snap at any mistake. Finally, in a daring move, one driver lunged on the inside, squeezing through a gap so small it looked impossible. The rival fought back, running wide, but somehow both emerged without contact. The crowd exploded as the move was replayed from every angle, showing just how razor-thin the margin was. It was a reminder that, in Formula One, courage and precision define greatness, and this close overtake instantly became a highlight of the season. Last lap twist. Formula One is famous for its unpredictability, and the 2025 season has already delivered a finale that fans will never forget. In one race, everything came down to the very last lap. The leader, who had dominated for most of the race, looked certain to take victory. But with just a handful of corners to go, disaster struck. His tires gave out, forcing him to slow dramatically. Behind him, two rivals pounced, battling fiercely as the finish line loomed. Onboard cameras showed sparks flying, wheels nearly touching, and engines screaming at full power. The crowd roared as one driver slipped through in the final meters, stealing victory in dramatic fashion. Team radios erupted, one side in heartbreak, the other in pure joy. Commentators shouted over each other, calling it one of the most dramatic endings in years. The last lap twist was a brutal reminder that in Formula One, nothing is guaranteed until the checkered flag waves. For fans, it was pure adrenaline, a race that will be replayed for seasons to come.